This is News Channel 20 at 10.
Illinois State Police evacuating visitors to the state fairgrounds after that sudden heavy storm pounded the capital city. The fair shut down for the night. People forced to take shelter in more than a dozen shelters across the fairgrounds. Good evening. Thank you for joining us. I'm Stacey Skrysak.
And I'm John Reger. News Channel 20 was live at the fairgrounds the moment those storms broke out.
We turn now to Chief Meteorologist Cheryl Lemke, who has a look at what we can expect moving forward tonight.
Well, John and Stacey, we are still getting pummeled by rain here in Springfield and around Sangamon County. But the good news, the rain is showing signs of easing up. And I think we'll probably see more rain, at least for the next couple of hours or so. But after midnight, things will look much, much better. Now, the flash flood warning that had been in effect for Sangamon County has now been allowed to expire. There's still a flood advisory, however, for Sangamon County until 11:30 for tonight. Then just north of there, up around Mason and Logan County, a flash flood warning in effect until 10:15. So we're still seeing some issues, certainly, with flooding, and that's because the rain continues to come down nonstop. It has been really unrelenting for the last several hours. We have this broad shield of showers with some embedded thunderstorms. Right now, the leading edge of these thunderstorms currently lined up from near Champaign all the way to the west of Effingham, all the way down towards the I-70 corridor. And as we zoom in close, we'll put a tracker on these showers and thunderstorms. Again, right now, band of thunderstorms running from Rantoul and Champaign, and these are lifting off generally towards the east-northeast. At that rate, it does appear as if they should be impacting places like Hoopston in about 10:27 and about 10:38. We should be seeing those impacting Oakwood. Again, these showers and thunderstorms lifting off towards the east-northeast at about 25 miles per hour. Now, on the backside of that, though, we still have that leftover rain. It's still coming down very steadily right now. Places like around Lincoln, Mount Pulaski, back over towards Springfield. Again, it's certainly not of the intensity of what it was just a few hours ago, but still moderate to occasionally heavy rain still pelting places like Springfield. So I think we'll be dealing with that for the next few hours or so. And more rains all the way down towards Brighton, Carlinville, Carrollton too, still seeing the rain showers. So basically what I think is going to be happening after midnight, we'll start to see more showery nature, not going to be as widespread as the showers and thunderstorms that we're dealing with right now. Leftover showers a possibility for tomorrow morning. A few more spotty showers too for the afternoon before things will finally start to ease up a little bit more so. I'll let you know if even more rain though could be gathering after that. I'll have a complete look at your forecast coming up in just a couple minutes.
Happening right now, thousands of people without power as a result of tonight's heavy rain. Let's take a live look at Ameren's outage center. Almost 3,000 people lost power tonight. Now, CWLP is also reporting outages. They've gotten it down to about 200 people right now.
Stacey, all of that rain tonight making it incredibly difficult to get across the capital city. Lindsey Hess joins us now. She's on Cook Street with the latest on road conditions. Lindsey, what's it like right now?
We're just west of 11th and Cook Street at this railroad underpass. Now, this road looked entirely different only 30 minutes ago when there were several feet of standing water and even a submerged car, which has since been towed, but the water has receded significantly, and as you can see, there's actually a car driving through right now. But it was a very dangerous flooding situation, and we've been hearing reports of submerged and stalled cars all throughout the east side of Springfield. So it's been a very dangerous situation and one that we are monitoring closely. We'll bring you the very latest as it becomes available. Live in Springfield, Lindsey Hess, News Channel 20.
Thank you, Lindsey. Of course, as we mentioned, tonight's storms causing the state fair to shut down for the night, canceling all events. News Channel 20's Esther Kwon live at the fairgrounds with a look at the conditions right now. Esther?
Stacey, just after 8 o'clock tonight, State Fair Manager Kevin Gordon announced the State Fair was shutting down for the night. Dozens of people are still stranded here at the Illinois State Fairgrounds. People are hiding out in tents, storm shelters, the grandstand pavilions. Frankly, they're taking shelter anywhere they can. But the good news is that most of the people we talked to tonight were in good spirits, keeping themselves entertained and making the best of the situation.
We were very glad to be under the building when the rain came, so we're hanging out, just waiting patiently. Love the fair, rain or shine.
There's a lot of flooding at several locations throughout the fairgrounds, including streets in and out around it, buildings, barns, and more. Almost all of the entrances and exits at the fairgrounds have been closed and completely blocked off, except for the traffic tunnel to the infield that has been cleared. Illinois State Police tell us they'll have to come back tomorrow to tow cars out. We're also told that all of the animals that were still on the fairgrounds have been moved to higher ground. And now that the rain has calmed down here a little bit at the fairgrounds, people are slowly making their way out. Reporting Reporting live at the Illinois State Fairgrounds, Esther Kwon, News Channel 20.
Thank you, Esther. The State Fair does have an emergency plan in place for whenever a major weather event like this does happen. The fairgrounds directors work closely with the National Weather Service, who can send them an alert even before a warning gets issued. Of the 177 buildings at the fairgrounds, more than 100 of them are good places for people to go during severe weather. When a warning is issued, fair staff will start directing fairgoers to the safest areas.
And when rain starts pouring down like it did tonight, roads can flood very quickly.
Meteorologist Thomas Patrick live in Springfield right now to explain how we get these flash floodings like what we just saw. Thomas?
John, Stacey, it's no wonder that we've seen so much flooding with just the raw amount of rain that we saw over the last 3 hours. And as forecasters, we look for certain thresholds to see if we're going to get those flash floodings, and that is what we call flash flood guidance. And we've exceeded all of the markers, the 1 hour, 3 hour, and 6 hour markers, or at least we will once we get there. So we've seen 5 inches of rain in just the first 3 hours of this event. So all that grass, all the roads cannot saturate any more water, so it just runs off. So you get to a location like this here at Cook Street, and it just pools into these viaducts. But check this out. Notice that notice some of the gunk and the debris that's on the roadway. The water was easily up to this point, but since then it's receded pretty quickly, especially over the last hour, and now we're actually clear for business and clear for more cars to move along here. So we're starting to see the flooding recede and get better across the area. But of course, we could still see some leftover stuff across the city. Live in Springfield, meteorologist Thomas Patrick. Back to you guys in the studio.
Thank you, Thomas. Coming up, Hillary Clinton released her tax returns from 2015 today. We've got to look at the mounting pressure Donald Trump is now facing to release his.
And our Friday night rivals training camp returns to the capital city. How the Lanphier Lions are poised for a strong 2016 campaign.
You're watching News Channel 20 at 10 with John Reger, Stacey Skrysak, Chief Meteorologist Cheryl Lemke, and Sports with Donnie Tillman. This is News Channel 20 at 10.
Capitol Watch today. Governor Bruce Rauner signed a bill aimed at reducing the backlog of rape kits in Illinois. In Chicago, there have been cases of some rape kits more than 10 years ago going untested. The Sexual Assault Incident Procedure Act is meant to get these kits tested faster by requiring hospitals to report that they've collected kits to law enforcement agencies within 4 hours and then requiring police to take possession of those kits within 10 days. A state senator resigned today. Republican Senator Matt Murphy says he is going to take a job in the private sector and that he wants to spend more time with his family. Murphy is one of the GOP's top lawmakers in the Senate and was one of the lead voices in budgetary issues. He was also one of Governor Rauner's biggest allies. Governor Rauner says he's disappointed by Murphy's announcement and he will be missed.
Happening in the presidential election, new poll numbers from a key battleground state causing some concern for Republican presidential nominee Donald Trump. Karen Travers looks now at how this is affecting a battle within the Republican Party.
Donald Trump said some version of his new attack line nearly 20 times in 2 days.
I call President Obama and Hillary Clinton the founders of ISIS. They're the founders.
These are the founders of ISIS because of bad judgment.
He is the founder in a true sense.
But this morning, he says everyone, especially the media, is taking this the wrong way, tweeting, "They don't get sarcasm?" But Trump sounded pretty serious in this interview with conservative radio host Hugh Hewitt, who tried to send Trump a lifeline.
I know what you meant. You meant that he created the vacuum, he lost the peace.
No, I meant he's the founder of ISIS.
But he's not sympathetic to them. He hates them. He's trying to kill them.
He was the founder.
Hillary Clinton writing on Twitter, "Anyone willing to sink so low so often should never be allowed to serve as our commander-in-chief." It's been another rough week for Trump and another brutal magazine cover. This time it's The New Yorker with this image. But yesterday, a different tone from the brash candidate, telling an audience of religious leaders in Florida,
We need help in Ohio. Pennsylvania's a little further off. We're having a tremendous problem in Utah.
And this rare admission to CBN News' Brody file.
I'm not perfect, and because I think maybe I'm less perfect than some people, but I have certain abilities that are good, like being able to do things.
And Hillary Clinton releasing her 2015 tax returns today. They show she and Bill Clinton earned nearly $11 million last year and had a combined federal, state, and local tax rate of 43%. Karen Travers, ABC News, Washington.
And checking on today's weather guarantee, it was another banner day. I was forecasting a high of 90. It was 90 degrees right on the button. That means another $100 going to our featured charity. And so far, the girls on the run so far for the month, up to $1,000. Well, it's official. We've had the heaviest rain ever for 24 hours here in Springfield. We'll talk more about that. We'll see if any more soaking rain is coming our way. I'll have your complete forecast coming up after the break.
It's the Green Hyundai Cam at Lake Springfield Marina. You're watching ABC News Channel 20.
And we have gotten tons of photos from people across the area tonight, and we want to give you a quick shot of some of them here as we show some of the flooding problems. These are flooded cars out at the fairgrounds.
And you can see the campers there, a big issue. As we heard, though, from Esther Kwon at the state fairgrounds, it sounds like the animals were taken to safety.
This is Happy Hollow here, and you and I were out there earlier today. That's a lower area, deeper area.
The water just totally engulfing the cars. It's just phenomenal, the amount of rain that we had.
Now this is Stevenson. This is an underpass there that was that's moving pretty well there, but it was deep at one time.
Yeah, it was I tried to make it home for a dinner break and really could not. You can see there the cars. Wow, you can't even see their tires.
And thank you, Cheryl Templeton, for that one. Yeah, I mean, that just is so typical of the scenes that we saw here across Springfield and much of our community. Just some really, really soaking rainfall. Yeah. And again, we were talking about the record rainfall officially so far, and it's still raining, so we're going to be adding to that tally. But 5.56 inches of rain thus far for Springfield. The old record was 5.44, set back way back September 8th, 1926.
So 26, so 90 years ago. By the way, if you've got photos, weather photos, send them to us at WICS.
News at
WICS.
Yeah, so just some phenomenal rain. The good news, the rains have been easing up, I think, for the next couple of hours, still dealing with more rains around the Springfield area, but generally light to moderate. It's not the really heavy soaking rains that we were dealing with earlier. Now, the flash flood warning that we have, that has been allowed to expire. There is still a flood warning, though, in effect across Sangamon County until 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. So the bottom line, at least for the next few hours, still dealing with some steadier rains, not as heavy as what they had been, but nonetheless, that additional rainfall, all the excessive runoff from that is just going to exacerbate some of the existing flooding problems. Hence, that's why we still have the flood warning in effect until 4 o'clock tomorrow morning. So looking at a broad shield of showers and storms. Here's a leading edge of the thunderstorms, though, right now. Even the thunderstorm activity has really weakened quite a bit from what it was earlier this evening, but nonetheless, it is very wet, very soggy out there. Here's the back edge of some of that rain, so it's still impacting places like Cass and Menard and Scott County. Back over towards Springfield, again, not the heavier downpours. Right now, generally light to moderate rain across most of the city. And we're still seeing some pretty good rains, though, sliding over towards Illiopolis. More rains, too, up towards the Lincoln area, so just a broad shield of rain. So it's going to be coming down at least for a while longer. Back over towards Whitehall, Carlinville, back over towards Jersey, still have the rain showers there. And again, here's the line of thunderstorms, though, right around the Rantoul area in Champaign. They'll be sliding over towards Hoopeston and back over towards Danville here over about the next half an hour to about 45 minutes or so. The bigger picture still shows our storm system carving a path right across Illinois. That system will continue to sink southbound. And I think at least through part of the day tomorrow, we're still going to be dealing with some leftover showers and storms. Again, the greatest concern that we're dealing with, certainly the possibility for more soaking rains. So flooding, that is first and foremost the biggest concern that we have with these showers and storms. On top of the soaking rains we've already had, perhaps another ½ inch of rain certainly cannot be ruled out. So rain's going to be a big problem. But again, the good news is we move ahead towards tomorrow, not the widespread rains that we were dealing with tonight. I think more kind of scattered in nature, more widely scattered. So not of the intensity for tomorrow, but nonetheless, some scattered showers and thunderstorms a possibility tomorrow morning. Maybe a few leftover showers early for the afternoon hours, but then things will start to ease up after that. And of course, the state fair going on again tomorrow. Right now for around the lunchtime, I think maybe a stray shower or two. Aside from that, though, around 5 o'clock, we have the quarter midget races going on. Right at this point, I think calling for partly cloudy skies around 5 o'clock with temperatures close to 84. And of course, the big headliner event for tomorrow will be Meghan Trainor at the grandstand. Right now, it should be smooth sailing, partly cloudy skies, temperatures near 81 as Meghan Trainor hits the bandstand there, hits the stage. Well, as we take a look at the forecast, then our future cast shows a cold front that's going to be sagging its way across the region. again, that cold front still setting off a few scattered showers and thunder showers for the next few hours. Really winding down, though, after midnight. Around 5 o'clock, we'll see a few of these showers trying to rebubble up here and there around Springfield over towards Lincoln. Around 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon, still some residual scattered showers a possibility. But things will really start to tame down, though, later in the afternoon onto the evening hours tomorrow. And that will set the stage for a fairly decent Sunday with partly cloudy skies the rule across central Illinois. As we look ahead now for Monday, I think part of the storm system is going to be sagging to the south, then eventually stall out, but then it could kind of buckle and kind of lift northward again on Monday. So Monday we might see a few more scattered showers trying to bubble up here across the area. Tonight, though, still some leftover showers and thunderstorms. I think the thunderstorms mainly impacting east central sections of the state. The rest of us seeing these showers kind of winding down with overnight lows near 74. For tomorrow, a few more lingering showers a possibility with highs topping out near 84 degrees. And our but the Springfield Mass Transit 7-day forecast does indicate some improving weather for Sunday. Maybe a few more isolated showers or storms on Monday and Tuesday, but much calmer weather Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and temperatures look fairly seasonable. And again, don't forget to download our weather app. That way you can have the very latest Storm Team forecast right there at your fingertips. Simply go to the iTunes store or else go to Google Play.
Hey, Cheryl, coming up, a big drop in attendance this year at the Illinois State Museum. The biggest challenge they're facing next.
Now sports with David Coy.
Our Friday Night Rivals training camp tour returns to the capital city. The Lemke Lions are coming off of a 4-5 season in 2015. The team says things are a bit different this time around. The team will rely more on junior and senior leadership. Consistency is a key factor for the Lions. Head coach Jason Nixon says having steady leadership in place helps the program as a whole.
Having a longer established program with the same guy in place, we have a lot of knowledge already coming in, and the guys pick things up much quicker, and we're able to get deeper into the playbook, and it's just everything runs smoother, and it's a lot easier for us as coaches, and I think the players can take ownership of what they're doing.
The Lions have put in a lot of work this offseason. The team says that's translated on the field.
This year, definitely we stepped up as a team. Last year, we weren't as smart as we are this year. Coming in this year, this summer, we're definitely smarter than we was last year.
We're working harder. We're trying to run the ball faster and get huddled up faster. We've been working on speed a lot. Everybody's getting quicker. The heat's really helping us whenever we're doing our conditioning and everything, so we're just getting faster.
A playoff berth is always in the back of the Northsiders' minds, but this season they're trying to not focus on the future.
Right now what we're working on is getting these kids to finish every drill, every snap all the time and get after it and just kind of learn that work ethic and fight through. So, if we get it together and we figure it out, we're going to be a pretty tough football team.
Lemke says they plan to come out of the gate running when they open up the season with the Rochester Rockets.
I'm definitely looking forward to it. Ever since I got hurt against them my sophomore year, yeah, it's gonna be huge for me, not only for me but the whole team. I think this first game will definitely tell how our season will go.
Our training camp tour continues tomorrow, and we stay in the capital city. At 6 o'clock, the Southeast Spartans say they have a ton of talent heading into 2016. We will talk to them, and then at 10 o'clock, we preview the Springfield Senators. If you missed any of our previous Friday Night Rivals training camp stories, you can head to our website, newschannel20.com. To the NFL, new Cleveland Browns quarterback Robert Griffin III meeting the Green Bay Packers this evening. First quarter, Griffin would take the snap, looks downfield, and he is intercepted by Micah Hyde at the 1-yard line. Late in the second quarter now, 3rd and goal for Green Bay. Joe Callahan finds John Crockett for the wide open TD. Packers win 17-11. Former Illini Geronimo Allison had 1 reception for 10 yards. To Big League Baseball, Game 2 of the rivalry would go on without Cardinals outfielder Matt Holliday. Holliday broke his thumb in the 10th inning last night. The team wouldn't comment on how long Holliday would be out of action. Well, today's game between the Cardinals and Cubs, it wasn't even a close one. Bottom of the first inning, Chris Bryant at the dish, and he hits a double to left field. That would drive in a run. Cubs are first on the board. Later on in the same inning, 2 on for Wilson Contreras, and this one just goes to the stands. That's a 3-run homer, his 7th of the season. Chicago wins big, 13-2. The White Sox visiting Marlins Park for the first time in franchise history. They take on the Marlins. First inning, 2 on for Lemke Cabrera, and he whips one to right field. Adam Eaton comes home to score. White Sox first on the board. Next batter, Jose Abreu, when send it up the middle. Tyler Saladino comes home. He crosses the plate. White Sox now take a 2-0 lead. Top 2 now. Saladino this time would take one to center field. That is good enough for an RBI single. Southsiders win today 4-2. Well, that's a look at your sports. Make sure you don't go anywhere because Cheryl will be back with a final look at your forecast.
And continuing coverage, we've got one final look at some of the incredible flooding across the capital city tonight.
That's right. More than 2,000 people losing power as roads flooded and lightning struck around Springfield. Actually, 3,000 people out without power at one point. CWLP and Ameren still reporting outages right now. And we've been getting reports of cars being submerged at underpasses, roads completely covered.
And the entire state fair was shut down tonight as a result of the flooding. News Channel 20 was there as people were forced to take refuge under the fairgrounds storm shelter. All of the events and grandstand acts were canceled. In the event, the gates to the fairgrounds had to be closed to keep people from making the dangerous drive through the flooded roads. Now, at this time, there's no word if tonight's weather will affect the fair schedule tomorrow or the rest of the weekend. So stay tuned for, check out our website and Facebook. We'll be keeping people updated.
We were out there.
Yes.
Doing the shows live, and we had to stop doing our 6 o'clock and get out of there ourselves.
Yeah, the skies got really dark and ominous, and within about 15 minutes of that, the skies opened up, and boy, it was Katie bar the door. It was pretty rough out there. The good news right now, we are seeing the rain finally breaking up, especially for places like Cass and Morgan counties. The rain's easing up there, so I think it should be kind of winding down from west to east later on for tonight. Still a few leftover showers a possibility, though, for the first half of your Saturday. Drier, though, for Sunday, and temperatures looking much more comfortable for next week.
Katie did make it home, though, after barring the door.
Be safe. Have a good weekend.